Hello and welcome to the latest episode from the Advanced Business Show. In today's episode, we will be talking about IT, current situation, and the future. This episode will be hosted and presented by me. And like in today's episode, I will walk you through the questions I have and I'll try to brainstorm it with you to see like if we can get some nice advancing for you, some nice information for you that can help you advance your career, your life, your business. So now, let's start really quick. In case you don't know me really well, my name is Amar. I am a software developer, been software developer for the past 10 years. I worked with many different technologies. I worked like with different companies and different places, different countries around the world as well. Regarding technology and different aspects of the technology and different rules inside the technology world. So now, currently I have launched advanced software and also the advanced business show where I sit down each week and give you some advancement, some new tools, some new information from the outside world that can help you advance your life, your career, and so on. So now, that's a little bit about me. Now, let's start talking and dig deeper into IT and how it has, like, let's say, maybe helped today world and maybe saved the world from a total collapse after many countries has it closed its border, has it closed its airspace. No more people are going to be traveling and so on. So the first question I will ask and give you what I thought, and I welcome like if you have any point you would like to ask me, anything, you can go down and contact us. You will find the links in the description below where you can contact us, give us your thought, your questions, and so on. And we are more than happy to answer it for you or even have you inside or on the show. So now, the first question we have: did IT save the world from total collapse and total lockdown where people could not do any kind of work or do work or change or continue their work and so on or not? What I believe is that without IT and technology in the today world and today situation and lockdown, the world was like going to have a really big problem, because without the video conferencing and the live chat and the voice calls and so on, that was provided mostly, like most of the time, for free for many people around the world. It helped them continue doing their business, their work, and so on. For example, the place I work with, it kept the operation going. Thank God, we did not have any like issues. We did not find ourselves on just on the street and just trying to find a new job, as like a lot of people unfortunately went through that. Many people, especially people working in the airline and the tourism industry, where they found themselves unfortunately with no job, no income, and so on. So IT has helped the world, and it's like it came in just a surprise way and in just accidental way. Nobody imagined that the Zoom calls and so on, or the Microsoft Teams calls, would help people keep their work ongoing and make it succeed. So now, without these video calls, without these voice calls, I think that would be much trouble. For example, if somebody works as a lawyer and he wanna have or go to court, now there is a total lockdown, nobody can go to court. So without the remote, let's say, court sessions and so on, his work would stop. He might even lost his job, and so on. But with the uh, lockdown, with the with the IT, with the technology services out there, he was able to continue his work and do it like as normal. Maybe you feel a different experience. What usually feel when you just do it to face and so on, but still it was like let's say at least you did not find yourself like unable to continue your work. Many companies or many type of work out there, let's say, doesn't need face-to-face interaction. It can be done via video conferencing, it can be done via video calls and so on. So in my own opinion, I think that IT has facilitated the words today, and it has like helped today world a lot. Like for example, I had recently an training course. The training company was based in London. I'm in the UAE. Traveling for sure is not an option. I want to do the course, I want to do the training. Guess what? Via Zoom calls, via chat, via so on, I was able to make new friends. I was able to take full advantage of the course, talk to people, do this and that, and many things. I didn't need to ride a plane. Lockdown didn't affect me, and my life is actually way better after doing this transformational course. So IT has given the hope, the world, an escape, an escape bridge for sure. Not everything you can do online, and not everything is online, but for sure it has facilitated, helped a lot of companies out there keep going their work, their business. If you are, let's say, a construction design company that design buildings and architect buildings, it doesn't really matter for you. You can keep working via computer software and send that design to your clients. If you are maybe a teacher in school, you could just have some Teams calls with your students and like talk to them, and just like you are in a classroom. So IT services have given a bridge, or has given an escape path for many companies out there. It helped a lot. It helped the government, many government, although not recommended for security reason and so on, to use public softwares as Zoom and so on. You don't do that in government. Usually, you use your own private network for these things, for own security. And also, like, if your company deals with sensitive data and so on, you might not want to go and use a public software. Not, it's not safe, but someone can access the recordings if you have like a recording and have access to sensitive data that you might not want anybody to take a look at. So I don't want to make it long, but IT has helped and gave uh, a bridge for different companies, entities, and so on, to escape a total failure, a total lockdown, a total stop of business. And I think it can open new doors. Now, my recommendation, and maybe this is off topic, but I would say 50% is done, like work done via online services, and 50% done in person. You don't wanna cut out the human interaction. My opinion, my recommendation, I like to sit down with people, talk to people. I started this show and I'm keeping going this show just because I have the chance to have somebody else on the other end and talk to him and ask him, and he's talking back to me. Literally, the human interaction is something that you should always focus on, look at, and keep. Okay, so now, how deep did IT want in today work? Okay, so how much you are relying on information technologies, on software inside your work? I think 60 or 50% of the companies out there have a full reliance on IT in their work, because it can cut costs, it can advance operation, it can do many things for them. And I believe now it will go much deeper, and I think we can see some virtual organizations out there, literally an entire organization that doesn't need to be exist in a certain physical location. It's actually have remote work, have remote people, and they working with them. Now, again, with my previous recommendation, keep it 50-50. Don't cut out the human interaction. If you think that just because I can save cost and let somebody work from their home and not come to my office and I save rent, you are missing actually a lot. At the eventually someone like they will get bored. They see themselves just each day on that room, sitting on a computer, not talking to anybody, not interacting with anybody. You don't want that. Trust me, a human interaction is it can't be cut, it can't be valued, and it's essential. People don't wanna just yeah, hello, how are you, talking via Teams and so on. People wanna see each other, sit down with each other, talk with each other with no any kind of barrier. And that's really really important. Look at that. You can have some remote work option or some remote work people, but I don't really recommend it all the time. Like maybe someone, if somebody has his own kid that needs some special care and so on, and they need to stay all the time at home, I think that's really good for them. It's actually make them love their work, because they can look at their child, make sure it's good, it's safe, and if you look at they can continue their career as well. Sorry. So these points are like good points. For sometimes, for some occasions, you might want to have some remote work. Maybe if the weather is getting very hot, maybe it's snowing very hard outside. Like in some countries, the snow is inches thick, and they don't want to go out and get stuck, and it's cold. So, you know what? If they do their work from their home, it's actually good. But again, not all of the time remote, not all of the time at the office. Let's make a combination. Let's like give them the choice. Like you wanna work from home, it's fine. You have maybe you have up to 3-4 months at home. You should be like maybe at home for at least 1 or 2 months. Okay, no more than 4 months. But the rest you need to work in the office. Just sit down with them, talk to them. Each organization has different needs, different thoughts, different people, different thinking, and so on. So work with your employees and so on. Now, IT is, I think, currently after this lockdown, after all these things that is happening around us, I think it go much deeper inside the work, and I think more and more there will be relying on IT services, on IT companies, on software developers to develop almost a software for every aspect inside the company. And we will see some new softwares that is coming out, like I believe And that's the vision of advanced software. In case you don't know, we believe that we are building the future software. Okay, so I believe that we are still using just a little bit of the perils of the internet, okay, or the perils of the computer and software. We're using really, really the minimal amount of it. There is still so much for us to create and do. There are so many functionalities, things that can be done. I can see like cryptocurrency going crazy, okay, and booming. And I think in the near future we will see some companies settling payments via cryptocurrency. For example, like you can send somebody money within 5 minutes anywhere in the world without the need of the bank account. Imagine that, all these nice points. You just need to have their let's say wallet address. You send the money, it's there for them, and it's verified on the blockchain. They cannot deny, like, you did not send us money, or we did not receive confirmation, or no, it's all out there in the open. Now some companies might not want to have their public data shown, okay, maybe that's understandable, but I believe like maybe for B to C kind of transactions, it can be really nice. Okay, for example, I wanna pay some company out there, and that's actually a case that I've seen. Somebody is based in a certain country. They wanted to accept payment. PayPal did not accept payments over there for some reason. We looked around and we had a lot of trouble finding a payment gateway that can support that country he is in. Now, if he's using cryptocurrency, I don't care. Like, it's really, I tested such things, and you just, this is the address of my wallet. I just click, I send the tokens, it's receiving it, and that's it. The cost is fractions. I mean, you can send some insanely amount of money with a fraction of a cost of transferring money via a bank, or via some other means. So the cost is just way too low. And again, I don't want to keep going into these things. The IT, and again, we're not using too much of the computing power that we actually have. There are way potential that we can do, and I believe that we will like see some crazy things, maybe like in the sci-fi movies, in the next upcoming decade. And I believe the 2020 years will be a door opening for the upcoming technology rise inside the IT, and IT will go much deeper inside our work. And we will see, again, as I told you, payments are getting within like 5 minutes anywhere in the world. I can pay you, and it's faster, it's much better, and like, I don't lose money on the conversion of the currency. The account I'm sending money from, for sure, with the certain currency, the amount you will receive in your account, another currency, there will be conversion rate, I'll lose some money value, and so on. So all of that can be, I think, in the very, very near future, we will see something like that. Some nations started to go cashless, as China, where everything start to go cashless, and like, you rarely carry paper money. And I think like we're very, very close to do this in the near world, in many different areas or parts of the world. So now, let's see another question. Now, many people believe that we are in the information age, and we are leaving the industrial age with this lockdown, where companies or any other places that did not have an online presence, online store, and so on. These guys, let's say they call them dead, they will not reopen their shops, they will not go online again since they have missed the opportunity. Well, I don't think that anybody is missed the opportunity. The opportunities are always there. Okay. Now, going online and having your online store is a part of many, many things that need to be done to stay alive. It's just, I can call it an important factor, but not a decisive factor. For example, many companies out there are currently like offering delivery of groceries, and that's good and that's cool, and we seeing a technology advancement. But I'm not gonna go do an order that cost me some money because I wanna have a bottled water. You know what? I will just go to a shop right next to me. It does take me few seconds. I pay the merchant and I just leave. It's way faster than me going to Amazon. Okay, I wanted to deliver to this address. Okay, here's the tracking code. Okay, it's gonna take this and this and that. Even like within what next day shipping or 1 hour shipping, maybe there's some companies maybe out there does 1 hour shipping, but I'm just out there running, jogging, and I want to drink water. Okay, here's the store. Hey, hello, I pay merchant, I take my bottled water and I leave. I don't think it's feasible for either online companies or the person to do an order of water like me jogging in the street. Okay, I want some water. Oh, I'll go to Amazon and order and wait 2 hours, maybe even the next day, even if I'm a Prime member, and have my things. Even like buying groceries and so on, it's not that convenient for you. Maybe sometimes okay, there is some apps that give you within 1 hour delivery. Okay, but not for sure. Like you will find everything you want to. Sometimes you wanna take vegetables by your own hand, and so on. So all of these things you will not be able to do them online. If you are like maybe sick and you can't go out, you might use that app, but a lot of time you will just go by yourself. So these are like some challenges. I don't think that the traditional store will die. I think that it will transform, and it will just it change the way it work, and that's it. So don't think the malls will go away. Okay, don't say like uh, everything will go online. It's okay, many things can be done online, but not everything. And again, the human interaction, the real feel, weighs out much of that online experience. Although I can within a few clicks buy an item, but if I like for niche items, you will go online. But for regular items, or even like if you have a store, maybe you like motorcycle like me, okay, and there is no store close to you for selling motorcycle items and gear and so on, so you will go online. But if you see a store near to you, you will go there because the real feel outweighs that technology or that online. Again, depend on the factors and so on. So we are in transformational period. Yes, we are leaving maybe the industrial age, but still we are doing many things that is done in the industrial age, where we buy in bulks, companies produces in bulks, we create workers in bulks, we send them to school for 12 years, we teach them to think inside that small box, and we ship them to college, and we also make sure that they stay inside that box. So we're not 100%, I would say. We are using information technology and so on, but again, we're not using the full potential. We're using a really, really small amount of what we should be doing and should be using. where we can like do way much more work. All right, so let's see some statistics that is related to the IT global industry. So now I have some statistics over here for us, and like this is like the size of the market of the technology around the world. And like if I let me just please go to the statistics. Yes, okay. So the statistics tell us today that the information technology industry today weighs almost 5.2 trillion dollar around the world. So the estimating spending on the technology industry is 5.2 trillion dollar. Imagine that. It's a crazy number. There is a growth, huge growth coming for the information technology each year. Almost each year it's growing, and it's expected to grow about 4% in 2020 this year. So there are like a huge growth in everything, in software, in hardware, IT businesses, services, and so on. So now, as we can see from these statistics, this huge growth tell us that there is a chance for us, and again advanced software seeing this growth and wanna take advantage from this growth from around the world, and like have a footstep inside this upcoming technology revolution. Again, we did not see anything. Our smartphones are way capable than playing cat videos and scrolling through Facebooks. Trust me about that. There is so much capabilities. There is so much things we can do, and it can bring us a huge value and like a lot of transformation for a better life for everyone. And some people fear that like technology will replace people or took other people work and so on. What I think and what I say, and again this is purely my opinion, I don't think that technology replaces people or take away jobs from people. It's actually create jobs. Okay, it's actually creating new jobs. It's actually getting more people some new work. Okay, but sometimes we are misusing it. For example, some websites reported that some company out there, I think Tesla, I'm not 100% sure, they used AI and technology inside their factory too much, and guess what? It was not the optimal thing to do. Okay, so like again, we wanna balance between technology and so on. For example, human for sure can dream, can think, can innovate whole a lot, but some repetitive task, okay, maybe robots themselves can do. Okay, not a lot of tasks. Some tasks, for example, I can have a security guard and I can have also a security robot. Okay, because the robot will not fall asleep. Okay, but like you can't hack a human. You can hack a robot. They can, like, if somebody wanna steal, okay, they come down and hack the robot, but they will not be able to hack the human being. So I think the relation needs to be balanced and cooperative, not let's say replacing. Okay, cooperative. The robot help me in this and this and that. The robot does for me maybe this, but for sure again things that change fast. No matter how AI software you write, things will change really rapidly. No AI can keep up with it. You program it today, guess what? Later on, it will need more programming, need more change. You know what? Just hire somebody at the reception desk. It's way better for you than trying to get a welcoming robot where within 2 years its software is obsolete. You know what? The options on the menu needs to be changed, and so on. So it's again technology can be cooperative, working with a human, not replacing a human. Okay, so that's my thought and that's my thing on that, and it's up to you to decide. Now, if there is a second dot com boom and bust happening currently, I don't know about that. Now, in the first dot com boom, sorry, like there was a huge speculations. It was actually the first time many companies start investing online and in the software companies such as bits.com and so on. So I think the investors today, after 20 years of the first dot-com boom, are way cautious and way, let's say, way more careful on what they should do and who should they invest with. Who should they invest with? So I don't think that there is a second dot-com boom and bust will happen, because the first one people learned, like, you can't just throw money at website and technology and it will work and so on. No, there are way too many factors in this things, and like it take time, it take effort, many things, many like many factors that I like I have to spend a whole lot of time just to tell you about it to see if this actually will work or not. And again, like it's hard to get someone to pay you money to do investing, and that was like what, 7 years ago. I remember I went to some training boot camp for technology, and 7 years ago were like 2013, and there was not maybe too many startups and not too many people doing startup work, and it was hard to get investment for. Okay, but now many people are trying to do the same thing. Guess what? I think it's 10 times harder than it was 7 years ago. Now, doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. No, you should try. You should evaluate. But like a recommendation of mine, do it like a side hustle. Don't like leave your job until your side hustle or your, let's say, next project that will change the world actually pays your bill and so on. So you survive and you do well and so on. So now, many times I've heard the term singularity, which is like reaching the ultimate computing power where human no longer will understand the machine language. It's need another machine language to interpret it. Now, does that will happen and so on? I again, I have many notes on what they call AI and singularity and so on. Things change rapidly. No matter how good software you create, that's after 9 10 years in creating software. No matter how good the software you create, one day there will be changes to it, and there will be new requirement, and there will be new update to it. So like to reach singularity, we need to reach a stable state of software. Now, do we have a stable state of software? I don't think that, because like each day we grow, each day everything it change, each day there is a new technology, new thing, and so on. So will we reach a stable state of software? Like for example, the oil industry has been maybe for 100 years so far. Okay, 100 years. Imagine that. And have they found every oil well in the world, or they know all about oil around the world and so on? I doubt. I think they're still learning. I think things change with them. Like some guy find out some new way to do better way of processing oil and so on. So like these guys been 100, maybe more than that year, doing oil exploration and oil discovery and so on, and they still learning. What about an industry? Okay, software industry is not let's say very young. Okay, but still, like if we say maybe again some suggestion from me, let's say that it went mainstream in the 80s or 90s, so 30 years so far. I think things changed really quick in the software industry. I cannot tell you how fast things changed. Like within maybe 10 years, if you are an accountant, you might change the software you do, you might change the company you work with, but pretty much, let's say, the same basic operation of handling financial documents and so on. But with the software development and so on, things change rapidly. 2 years you're using this framework, 2 years later it's obsolete. There is something much better, and it change and it change and it change, and many changes goes on and on and on. Okay, so will we reach singularity? I say maybe maybe. I'm not very optimistic about this thing. Again, we can't really tell what's in the future, but I doubt we see it. Maybe within the next 100 200 years. Okay, to have a machine produce a language that only another machine only understand and no human can comprehend, less likely to happen. Less likely to happen, because like if your machine produce a language no one understand unless another machine, okay, who will develop the other machine? So like who will be able to create that second machine who understand the first machine if you can't yourself create it? Okay, maybe like we can't count as fast as a computer. It does like millions of processing power within just seconds, but computers can like understand numbers, but they can't understand logic unless we tell them that this is the logic we want. Okay, if we tell them this is the condition, do this, they do. They don't go out and like understand what's happening like a human being understand what goes on around them, and based on it they do the action. But computers, unless somebody go out there tell them do this and this and that, it will not do, it will not execute. So I say singularity is less likely to happen. Again, nobody knows what will go on. If you go just back at 2000, the year 2000, just 20 years ago, until somebody, you know what, I have this smartphone, that I can share videos with, talk to my family, and so on, they will tell you like maybe that's not correct, and okay, there is technology and so on. Just 2000 year, not even further than that. They will tell you no, and there's no thing called a smartphone and so on. So that's that's my point over here. All right. So, and here is a new question: are we actually harnessing the true potential of the internet? As I mentioned earlier, we are not using the true capabilities of computing power inside our own smartphones, not even our own desktops or our own computers. Imagine that. I believe there are way more potential for us to harness technology, and especially the internet. Now, with the peer-to-peer technology and the ledger networks like Bitcoin and blockchain and so on, I believe the work will be like the internet will see some new use cases and some new technologies that will come out, that will actually change the world and do new things. We have way more capabilities. Let's just try to focus on it and try to harness these capabilities. And list of funny cat videos, and Curb Your Enthusiasm videos, and so on. Although I like that show and I watch a lot of YouTube videos for this, but we need to look for more of that. Now, there are some technologies that you hear a lot about on media and so on, and it seems like some fades. What This is what I think. It's not, it's just like a big hype, and people think that this is this and this and that, and it will go on, and it will change the world, but you don't really actually see what's its true potential, or it doesn't just go mainstream. For example, blockchain, for example, artificial intelligence, and so on. Now, I've heard for the past 3 years and read so many blogs about the blockchain and how it will change the world and so on. Although, in my own opinion, the technology itself is no, it's not that new, but the way they implemented it is just new. Like they used it for ledger network, okay, but before, like you could do something similar and have like concurrent transaction, because like again, if you don't understand what is blockchain, okay, blockchain is just series of transactions, and to make sure none of them are fraudulent, the next hash or the next identifier for the next transaction must be correlated and correct with the previous one. Now, if somebody, and that's done via computing and so on. Now, if somebody fake a hash and so on and try to sneak inside this series of blocks and the transaction, it will appear directly, and he will not be able to insert his data inside the, like as a next in transaction, because he need to understand and know how the previous transaction has been done and how the previous hash has been calculated, and only the owner or the creator of that blockchain have this capability, so nobody can fake it or change it. Even the owner can't reverse it back. Imagine that. And that's the really nice thing about the blockchain. But are we using it correct, or are we harnessing the full capabilities of it? I'm not 100% sure. I think again there is a huge potential. We still didn't see the big changes that is coming. There is a huge potential, but currently it's just maybe overrated. Again, maybe hyped, I think we still need more time to figure out what to do with these things, and later on it shall grow and get better. But like again, don't fall into that trap. Somebody tell you we will create a blockchain and so on for you. Ask them what is the genesis on the blockchain. Now the genesis is the first transaction on the blockchain. Now if they don't know what's the genesis, they're just like trying to hype you. They don't know actually what's the technology is for and what does it do. And it will not like it will not be 100% correct what they doing. And is AI will take over the world? Less likely, as we told you earlier. A computer does what does it been told to do, or like if I tell it to create a video, it will create a video, but by itself it will not have the logic and the thinking of doing a certain things. It's not gonna think by itself, you know what, I have to take over the world and send out these cyborgs, and we have a new Terminator movie, and no, all of that. Like what you see in the Terminator movie, it's almost, I think in the current world technology impossible to do. Maybe in the future we can have such cyborgs, okay, but I think at the current term and in the short term it's less likely to happen. Machine don't think by themselves as a human. Machine need to be told do this and that, and based on it they do this and this and that. So don't believe this fates, and don't just somebody like let someone trick you by telling you, you know what, we're gonna create an AI software for you. It's actually costly. It will need to be changed frequently, and you might not even get the results that you desire. Okay, so don't just let them fool you. Now, what technology will look like in the next 20 years? Well, that's actually a really nice question, because like the change is very dramatic within the last just 20 years. 2000, again, if we take it as an example, there were no smartphone. If you wanna go online the internet, you need to go via a modem, and it has done that squeaky voice, that's ugly voice. And what also, emails were a rare thing, and so on. 20 years later, imagine that, just within 20 years everybody has an email address. It's rarely to find somebody doesn't use the internet. You use computers daily. No, I mean literally you can't walk in a shop without a computer, a technology, and so on. So how technology will look in 2040? I say it will go deeper sorry, by today terms, and you will see a huge use of software inside a company and so on. People used to, like, let's say you are a lawyer sorry, used to go write these things maybe by hand and so on. Later on there will be a software almost for anything. So you will go, you're gonna just select what you're gonna, okay, you know what, for this case I'll need this and this and that, and I will look into this law and that law, and you're gonna just add these templates, right? What like type in what you need, send it to your client or to the court and so on. The court, you will not do it the old fashioned way. Okay, I'm gonna print out the paper, go to the court, give it to the paper, everything will go via application programming interfaces, API, where you will just click a button, your data will be sent to the court. They will might use a blockchain technology again. It can be a little bit overrated technology again, be careful with it. and they record that they received your data. Here is the transaction on the blockchain. You see that you send your data and so on, and so on, and it goes on for the different type of work. For example, we can see some real-time video interactive softwares where, like, let's say that I'm teaching you how to fix something. Okay, so you might use an Internet of Things device on your hand, and like when I try to move my hand, you will feel your hand moving as well, and you will learn with me, although maybe I am in a different country. So distance learning will grow eventually. You will like, and we will see, and that's the nice thing. We will have more and more information and knowledge distributed throughout the world. For example, I'm here in the UAE in Abu Dhabi. They know a lot about oil. Another country in the world, they know, they just discovered oil. They just will go online, and like they will have interactive learning session from here to their country, like online. Also, like they will, for example, if they need somebody to drill down the ground for them, what they do, or what they can do is like hire somebody to actually have a remote access for a drilling machine here in the UAE, although it's like 1,000 maybe or 3,000 mile away somewhere in the world. The operator for the driller drill from here goes drill the oil well and just go home. Here is everybody like happy, I think, because like someone did them the work without the need to travel to pay the housing expense and the family expense and so on, and they did not need to sign a contract. The person just gone anywhere. He can be like taking a vacation in the Bahamas and operating a crane. Imagine that. And that's what I believe what will happen in the next 20 years. Imagine that he will go into that vacation. He will be able to operate his oil oil well drill, finish the job while in vacation, and get paid. And also, you will be getting paid within 5 minutes using the new altcoin like XRP or Ripple. Okay, coin. He gets the money paid to his wallet, and he have the money, and he can also maybe extend his vacation in the Bahamas and so on. So here is something that I believe is very soon to happen and so on. And don't think that again we are not using the true potential of software and computing power even for our own mobile devices. Okay, so now I'll finish over here. I have two questions left. So now, some people wondering like, do I need to be a tech guru to create the next big idea out there? No, actually, like there are many people outside of the IT industry itself have created something amazing. Facebook, for example, Zuckerberg didn't study information technology. He was just a philosophy or some other field student, and he has made a website that 2 billion people around the world are using. So you don't really need to be a techie guy. You need to look for a problem that a billion people wanna have a solution for and solve that problem. Then you will be able to make hundreds of billions of dollars using the network effect, because like you will be solving a problem for a lot of people around the world, and they will go online, pay you money from different parts of the world, and you will be getting rich. So that's my thought on that. Now, I would like to tell you a little bit about advanced software. Advanced software is a company that provide software development services. It's provide software products and also training. And we are here for you to help you succeed in your work, in your business, and so on. We create your website, we help you create your product, we help you create your software products, and so on. And we are like committed to your success and to take you where you wanna be with our own software. Okay, and we go deep with you in every possible thing. So that's advanced software. You will find a link in the description below where you can access our service portfolio. And if you would like to join us or help you in creating the software that you need or the website that you need. Now, the last thought I have is I'm gonna tell you that everybody, like we are again transitioning to a different world. Everybody will start having their own website, their own crypto wallet, crypto payment will go mainstream. Some people might think, you know what, I should buy Bitcoin. Maybe again, some people recommend that. I'm not a financial advisor or a credited investor to help you with this matter, but if there is a chance, you can see with that you can hoard some Bitcoin. If you wanna do that, up to you. I'm not recommending anything, but maybe there is a chance over there. And like, just to try to think. And again, you don't need to be a tech guru to join the tech world. Just look around you and say, look at something that you dislike and you wanna help other people with. Okay? For example, you dislike that you are maybe doing working in aviation, and you dislike that you see that there is actually no forum. Imagine that a forum for aviation for a certain topic. Create that forum, create that place. Don't need to create a Windows software or a Facebook where 2 billion people are using it. No need to do that. Look for a niche and try to satisfy that niche. Look for 1,000. If you have 1,000 true fan, congratulations, you have a winning work and a winning business. Just try to expand it and work on it. So I would like to thank everybody in joining us in this advanced business show episodes where we take you to the next level in your work, in your life, and in your business. We hope that you advanced with this episodes, and hopefully we will see you in the next episodes of the Advanced Business Show. Thank you for watching.